Daddy, I shared the screen and I set up the I set up the share screen and I sent the YouTube link.
I saw that Maharaj is not here yet.
Yeah, I think but doesn't he start on Fridays at 8:05?
Yeah, but Danduka Prabhu should be here to read the
Yeah, we have a few minutes. We have 1 minute. Okay. I'm muting.
Where is everyone? Can we Darshana man there? Nobody is. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you start the Kirtan
Yeah.
for 5 minutes? Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Still one,
1 minute
few
left.
seconds left.
Okay.
Few seconds left, probably.
Sure.
Hey Krishna,
Hare
Darshana man, you can start the Kirtan now.
Okay, thank you. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namo
Vishnupadaya
Krishna
Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Desatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Rama Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Radha Natvar Radha, Natvar Radhe.
Jai Radha Natvar Radha,
Natvar Radhe. Jai Radha Natvar Radha, Natvar Radhe. Radha Natvar Radha, Natvar Radhe. Jai Jai Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Jai Jai Nitai Gaur. Jai Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Jai Jai Nitai Gaur. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Kiran and Kiran. So, Maharaj, all yours.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So today is, or tomorrow or something, the second Sunday in May. Okay, so Sunday is Mother's Day. So we were thinking this to look at the prayers of Queen Kunti. The first two, what do you call them? First two uh, cantos of Krishna, because the Bhagavatam are Krishna's lotus feet, and his first canto is like a preface or an introduction. So if we read it again and again, we become more and more purified, and we increase the sturdiness of our foundation in Krishna consciousness. And then we can go up to serving Krishna at more and more uh, higher levels, whatever is our practical swarup. Let me go ahead then and stop the video. Okay. And one nice verse in the series of this prayers by Queen Kunti. Okay, it's the first canto, chapter 8, but they actually begin at text number 18. So it's 1.818. Yeah. Kunti Uvacha. And of course, the ambience is that Krishna has come to Hastinapur, and the battle of Kurukshetra went on for some time. But now he's going to leave, and he's going to go back to Dwarka. I guess maybe sometime. I'm not sure how quickly, because next chapter is the disappearance of Bhishma. So maybe Krishna was going to leave even before, Bhishma Dev left his body. It describes him going to offer water for the departed ancestor, which would have been very quickly. So Krishna is going to leave and now go back to his own kingdom in Dwarka, where everyone is waiting for him. And so Kunti comes and tries to convince him to stay. It's her whole business, try and convince Krishna to stay here. Okay. And in these prayers, which are very, very nice, Prabhupada gave lectures on them, I think, 3 different times, and glorifies them. There's one verse which is very famous. Okay, so first I'll chant, and then you can chant. Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Aya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha
Govindaya Namo Namaha
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
So Kunti says, this is maybe the third or fourth prayer, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord who has become the son of Vasudeva, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nanda, and the other cowherd men of Vrindavana, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses. So it'd be very nice because there are different case endings of course, in Sanskrit. You Krishnaya, Krishnasya, Krishnena, Krishnat, Krishnaha. And so they have like an example for each of those cases from the famous text in the Bhagavatam. This one is Krishnaya, unto Krishna, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, unto Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha. And unto the beautiful, beautiful cowherd boy, Nanda Maharaj, the son of Devaki. And so let's go back then. We can read from the beginning and we'll come to this text and we can talk more about it. Every time we study these things, we become more advanced. Okay, so let's all chant together here. Kunti Uvacha Namashe Purusham Twadyam Ishvaram Prakute Param Alakshanam Sarvabhutanam Antarbahiravastitam. So she's starting her prayers to Krishna, trying to convince him to stay. And what does she call him? Well, she calls him, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, yet you are invisible to all. So if there was an elephant in the room or an elephant outside in the patio or everywhere, if something was everywhere, then we should be able to see it. Because whether we're inside or outside or wherever, we should be able to see it. You are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without, yet you are invisible to everyone. So right away, she's presenting such mystical qualities to Krishna, and she offers obeisances to him, not because he's the lover of Srimati Radharani, but because he is the original personality. Modern science tries to eliminate all personality from their cosmos, trying to understand things as more and more fundamentally impersonal. But we're saying that personality is a fundamental aspect of the cosmos. And so you're going to find good and bad, beauty and ugliness, and all these things in here. So many qualities, honor and dishonor. Okay, and he's not influenced by the material nature. He existed before the creation. Okay, so that's the first prayer. The second one? Okay, let's all chant together. Maya Javani Kachanam Agnarokshajam Avyayam Lalakshya Se Mudadrisha Nato Natya Daro Yataha. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, which was established in the previous verse, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. Yeah. So he's irreproachable because there's so many things that happen to us. We are reproaching God, reproaching the government, reproaching our family members, reproaching our husband or wife. Oh, you're making me unhappy. But he's irreproachable because he's simply awarding us the reactions of our own activities in this sense that she's talking about it. And therefore he's invisible, just like an actor. So he is inside, he is outside, but he has some kind of deluding energy which doesn't allow us to see him. Even though he's right here with us. Krishna. And then she goes on. Kata paramahamsanam muninam amalatmanam bhakti yoga vidanartam katam pashima histriyaha. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service unto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators, advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators, who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then can we women know you perfectly? Katam pashima histriyaha. So most people are simply just like, leaves on the wind. You know, whatever is the environment is attracting them or repulsing them. They just accept that and they go along with it. You maybe these influences are arranged by bigger material personalities than they are, people who own the businesses, people who own this and that. But they themselves are being simply drawn along by the same desires to gratify their tongue, belly, and genitals, as described in poetical language. And then they engage so many other people like that. So then people are just being carried along, most people. But some people decide to make an experiment. Okay. I won't indulge in this kind of sense gratification. I won't smoke before noontime. I won't drink before noontime. I'll only drink on Friday nights, Saturday nights, only one day a week. I have a kind of partying. That was the rule for Southwest Airlines. They would party once a week, Saturday night. So I noticed when you would take a flight on Sunday morning, everybody would be a little grumpy or something. Yeah. But they had the rules and regulations for restraining from things. And then you begin to realize things about what is matter, what temporary, changing, or what is eternal. Eternal. You know? Who am I? You know? And so many people making these investigations, to try and understand this. And then for them, Bahunam Jamanam Bante Gyanavam Mam Prapajante Vasudeva Sarvamati Samahatma Sadulabaha. And they realize after going through all these different circumstances that there is an all-pervasive controller, Vasudeva, he who resides everywhere. And you see different philosophers who've been atheists, and basically because of the sincere endeavor, they've come to accept Paramatma. But to understand the personal feature of Bhagavan, well, that's another step. But Krishna comes to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service under the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators, who are purified by being able to discriminate matter from spirit. How then can we women know you perfectly? So here she's putting herself in an inferior position materially and saying, well, these great Paramahamsas and these people, they can understand you. They can understand what's happening. But I'm just a simple lady. Well, the next verse solves that. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So here she's saying, I'm not a great speculator or all these kind of logical things or abilities, but you so kindly incarnated. This is Bhakti Yoga. You don't have to go through your senses, to your mind, to your intelligence, to false ego to come to the Lord in the heart. covering thousands and millions of miles. Krishna, from the very beginning, is making himself available to who? To his aunt. You know, Kunti can think of Krishna as his aunt. And ladies like to think of their nephews and so on. She can think of Krishna as Devaki Nandana, right? And she's related to Vasudeva and Devaki and so on. Nanda Gopal Kumaraya. Okay, and Krishna is a cute little cowherd boy. He's so attractive in that little village atmosphere that everything else automatically, you know, as a lady, she's attracted to the beautiful form of little children and so on. So she's glorifying him that he's made himself accessible to her. You know, she's not a great Paramahamsa or yogi. Nama Pankaja Nabaya, Nama Pankaja Maline, Nama Pankaja Netraye, Namaste Pankajangraye. My respectful obeisances unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower. We're always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. Prabhupada said that the lotus is the symbol of everlasting beauty and opulence, and therefore to compare Krishna's navel, chest with his flower garland, his eyes, and his feet is the highest meditation, praise. And of course, you know that because Krishna is Kunti's aunt, if he started offering his obeisances, Namo Namaha, to his feet, he would feel embarrassed like that. So she, being very sensitive, subtle lady, she starts by offering her obeisances to his lotus navel, his lotus flower garland on his chest, and his lotus eyes, and then coming back to his lotus feet. And Prabhupada says, in the round, everything is there in proper order. Now the meter changes. Yata Rishikesha Kalena Devaki Kamsena Rudati Shiram Sucharpita Vimochitaham Shasahat Mamajavibo Vayaiva Natena Muhor Vipagana. O Rishikesh, master of the senses, O Lord of lords, you have released your mother Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious King Kamsa, and me and my children from a series of constant dangers. Okay, describing her relationship to Krishna. Vishan Mahagne Purushad Darshanad Asat Sabaya Vanavasha Puchvataha Mrde Neka Maharatashvato Jauni Astras Chashmaharer Vivakshitaha. So now she's going into details. She's describing him in all these very, very great, glorious cosmic terms. And then she's pointing out that I have a personal relationship with you and I can meditate upon you. And now she's going into especially into her personal history with Krishna. My dear Krishna, your lordship has protected us from the poison cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from suffering during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapons of Ashvatthama. Vipad Shantu Tashashvat Tatra Tatra Jagadguru Bhavato Darshanam Yatshad Apunar Bhavadarshana. I wish that those calamities would happen again and again so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated birth and death. So she's not wishing for calamity. She's wishing for calamity which will naturally stimulate her to take shelter of Krishna. Jan Maishvarya Shruta Shribir Eta Mana Madhapuman Naivar Hati Abidatumvai Twamakanchana Gosharam. O Lord, your lordship can be easily approached, but only by those who are materially exhausted. One who is in the path of material progress, trying to improve himself with respectable parents, great opulence, high education, and bodily beauty, cannot cannot approach you with sincere feeling. So, again, she's glorifying being in the position of necessity and need, in all these circumstances because she's pointing out this is a natural situation. These are the four great problems: Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, and Srivir. Having good birth, having nice opulence and wealth, having a good education, having personal beauty. So all these things can be an impediment, especially if we're trying to use these to improve our situation and seeking for the happiness that everyone seeks in life. Namo Kenchana Vitaya Nivrita Guna Vritaye Atmaramaya Shantaya Haivaya Pataye Namaha. My obeisance is unto you who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and master of the monists. My Lord, I consider your Lordship to be eternal time, the supreme controller, without beginning and end, the all-pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings are due to social intercourse. Yeah. So this is how she's seeing Krishna. She's seeing him as the Paramatma, as the supreme controller. Naveda Kastid Bhagavan's Chikirsitam. O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastimes, which appear to be human, so are misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. Janmakarma Chavishvatman. Of course, it is bewildering, O soul of the universe, that you work, though you are inactive, and that you take birth, though you are the vital force and the unborn. You yourself descend amongst animals, men, sages, and aquatics. Verily, this is bewildering. So she's talking about Krishna's activities and pastimes in the material world. When the prince goes right into the prison and adopts different forms right along with the prisoners and shows them how even in a difficult situation where they have to work in a very difficult situation in the prison or deal with different things, he comes in and shows us how this can all be part of the transcendence. Go pi yadade twai tukrit gasasi damnatavad yate dashashu kalyanjara sambrem aksham vakshram nidiya baya babbanaya stitasya Samam vimohayati virapiya viveti. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took a rope to bind you, and when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes, and you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering me. Some say that the unborn is born for the glorification of pious kings. Others say that he is born to please King Yadu, one of your dearmost devotees. You appear in his family as sandalwood appeared in the Himalaya mountains. Others say that since both Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for you, you have taken your birth as their son. Undoubtedly, you are unborn. Yet you take your birth for the welfare and kill those who are envious of the demigods. Others say that the world being overburdened like a boat at sea is much agreed, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. So one after another, she's describing her history with Krishna, and his transcendental situation. And now she's talking about, well, why have you come? why have you come? Because now she wants to keep him from going away. And if she knows why he comes, then she can disapply that and have him stay with him. And yet others say that you appeared for the sake of rejuvenating the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshiping, and so on, in order that the conditioned souls suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. So she's offering so many alternatives why Krishna comes, and maybe Krishna's kind of smiling. Well, yes, I do that sometimes. I come for those things. But then she said this one, and Krishna kind of goes, "Oh my goodness, you got it, you caught me, you figured out why I'm here." Oh Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. So just by regular attending these regular sanghas, so many offered to us through ISKCON, through Prabhupada, you know, then we you're doing it ourselves, or you're just enjoying it, and taking pleasure in others doing it. We'll certainly see Krishna's lotus feet. Oh my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today, though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one to protect us? Now, when all the kings are at enmity with us, because so many sons and brothers who didn't participate in the battle, now that the Pandavas have killed them all, they have a desire to get revenge, to compensate for this. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and the Yadus, will end at once. O Gadadhar, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave it, this will no longer be. All these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, and the ocean full of wealth, and this is all due to your glancing over them. Ata Vishvesha Vishvatma, Vishvamurti Sakeshu Me, Sneha Pashtaminam Chindi, Veda Pandishu Vishnisi. O Lord of the universe, O soul of the universe, O personality of the form of the universe, please therefore sever my ties of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. Twaimena Vishaya, Mater Madhu Patesavit. O Lord of Madhu, the Ganges flows forever to the sea without hindrance. Let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you, without being diverted by anything else. Because the Prabhupada says the lady has two families. She has the family of her father and the family of her husband. You know? And so Kunti is feeling problems. If she does convince Krishna to stay, and then her brother Vasudeva and her very, very beloved, whatever relationship, his friend Devaki, and all the people in Dwarka are going to be bereft of Krishna's association, right? And then if she doesn't convince him to stay and he goes back to Dwarka, then her husband's family, whatever it is, Vasudeva and Devaki, wherever they are, whoever's in Hastinapur, they're going to be bereft of the situation of Krishna's association. So finally, her solution is kind of like Arjuna's solution about before the Bhagavad Gita. Just don't let me be attached to these family relationships. If they have no relationship with you, now these give up their attachment and let my mind just flow to you. And automatically you'll adjust everything because you're everyone's best friend. And she finishes off then with this very nice prayer. Shri Krishna Krishna Saka Vrishni Rishabhavani Drud Rishanya Vangsa Dahana Pavarga Virya Govinda Godvija Surarti Haravatara Yogeshvara Kila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. This is her conclusion. And maybe she's saying these prayers and pausing in between them. No? O Krishna, O friend of Arjuna, You see the big change? Before he's the soul of the universe, he's the unborn one, he's the original personality of the form, all these things like that. But now she says, oh, Sri Krishna, friend of Arjuna. So Kunti knows Arjuna. Arjuna's her little boy. Arjuna's young man. Arjuna, she has this relationship. She's trying to understand Krishna and catch Krishna's, and then for her the best thing is to understand Krishna externally, as she does in society and different things that are happening at the royal court, but then to understand him through Arjuna. Arjuna, what is Krishna thinking? What's going on with Krishna's mind there? I don't follow it exactly. And he can say, oh, Mata, he's thinking this, he's doing that. Oh, Krishna, friend of Arjuna, oh, chief amongst the descendants of Vrishni, you are the destroyer of those political parties which are disturbing elements on this earth. Your prowess never deteriorates. You are the proprietor of the transcendental abode, and you descend to relieve the distress of the cows, the brahmanas, and the devotees. You possess all mystic powers, and you are the preceptor of the entire universe. You are the Almighty God. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. It's a very elevated meditation that Kunti has, but it's different than the meditation that Bhishma has in the next chapter, or how Arjuna is describing Krishna in the chapter of the Pandavas retire timely disappearance of Lord Krishna. And so where are we by saying these prayers and thinking about these things, and maybe we can begin to realize, that I'm still basically just a materialist. I'm not even a yogi or jnani. But some of these things are there, and yeah, we shouldn't be ashamed to chant Hare Krishna and Hare Rama on our beads and kirtan, and trying to and chanting in the moods and natural feelings that we have for Krishna. And if they're towards him in a different aspect, like Kunti, she has a certain consciousness. Okay, and that's where we're at. And Kunti, of course, is advancing in all these activities. Yeah. Bhishma Dev in the next chapter, he has a thing of the stock of Virya Ras and Dasya Ras, but he's talking about the activities of Krishna with the gopis. Yeah. Yeah. So he's enhancing his idea, his service. And of course, whatever we do here, we can take with us to our eternal service in the spiritual world. So go on developing our unique service to Krishna. So any questions, anybody? Any comments like that?
Thank you, Maharaj. I have one question here in verse 20. Queen Kunti equates Paramahansanam and Muninam Atmana, Muninam, mental speculator. How they can be both an equal?
They're equal, but they're both very, very elevated people. Munis, I would say Muni are people who can think very logically, very well. They're good thinkers. They can say, well, if like somebody who's like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was a great grammarian. He could organize all the civil engineering projects required in Maharaj Prataparudra's kingdom. He could organize the logistics for his army to be fed and all these kind of things like that. So he was a Muni, very, very good thinker. He wasn't getting sucked into this reacting to what's happening physically. Then Paramahamsa is somebody who can think about all these things, organize them all by grammar, and when he sees them, he says, this is the essence. This is the essence. He can take the essence out of all those things. But of course, that can be a devotee, or it can be somebody who's realized that Vasudeva Sarvamati. So that's my understanding.
Brahma Samhita verse says that even by their mind speed, still Munis cannot understand.
No.
To quote that.
But it says here, you descend to the prophet under the hearts Was it go Brahmandi Brahmatikom? All that before is describing all the evolution. If it comes to that point, again, not a demon, but somebody who's developed at that point during these austerities, like Maitreya Muni, he was a Jnana Mishra Bhakta, and nice people, but they can see, meet them, but they just have become devotees, or even our own consciousness. Maybe we're devotees, but we're devotees in karma yoga, really. So there's the devotional service is developing, but it's still being related to in terms of karma jnana and dhyana.
Thank you, Maharaj. Any other comment? Any other questions?
Maya, Vasudevaya.
No one has any comment? That's something.
Everybody is thunderstruck, struck and dumbfounded.
Point with this prayer.
Yeah, such a Prabhupada. I think where was it? It was in Vrindavan and in Rome or something, someplace like that. Maybe London. Prabhupada gave like extended lectures on these prayers 2 times, maybe the third time.
Once he gave in Bombay, Maharaj.
Yeah, and then also London, I think.
Yeah,
and of course, he sings them, you know. And then he also says Queen Kunti's prayers were wonderfully, something like see, this is one thing he talks about them being very, very beautiful, like that, and so on. So if Prabhupada is an incarnation of Satyaki, Krishna's commander in chief, then in that relationship, and Arjuna's student in martial arts, then he would, of course, had wonderful appreciation, And here she was, she's a widow with all these little children, and all these problems of living in the forest, and just one problem after another. Just some poor little innocent little girl, and also the sun guy starts chasing her around her room. So many different problems she's gone through. Unbelievable. I don't know if anybody in the whole Bhagavad literature who's had as many problems as Kunti. Yeah.
yeah. No other questions or comments?
Yeah. My
So
throat's falling apart. My throat is falling apart, actually.
today is also Akshaya Tritiya. Anyone want to
Oh,
say
yeah.
something
Somebody should talk
about
about that now. Yes.
why we celebrate Akshaya Tritiya? Anybody wants to give a little short description? No one wants to say even that. Even Akshaya Tritiya Day, we are being miserable. That's not good. Come on, Hare Krishna. Please, someone. You'll have to call the name. It doesn't matter. They're not going to happen. Okay. My target, the usual target, Vishnu Charan Prabhu. Where is he? Dashnavan, you want to say something?
Yes, please.
Go ahead. Hello, Hare Krishna. We lost you, look like. Dashnavan, we lost you. Okay, so while Dashnavan comes back.
Tornado got her.
Huh?
The tornado got her.
No. Vishnu Charan Prabhu, you have anything to say about 5, 6 things we know about Akshaya Tritiya? Vishnu Charan Prabhu is not unmuting himself. Oh.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Saroji.
Can I go ahead and say something?
Yeah, please. I've been waiting.
Akshaya Tritiya, the one I got is from Akshaya Tritiya. It was on this day that Lord Rishabhanu Nath broke his year-long fast by having sugarcane juice. Sudama visited Lord Krishna on the day with a handful of rice. On this day, Kubera, the banker in heaven, was blessed by Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. Kubera has an inexhaustible supply. His money never decreases. May this auspicious day usher in new beginning to our life and bring you prosperity and joy. Hare Krishna.
Charan Prabhu, you have to add anything other than what Saroj said? That's why Maharaj was saying that everybody is asking money today, donation. Okay. Charan Prabhu, you have to anything to add?
I think isn't this the day that the Akshay Patra was where Draupadi
Yeah.
had the Leela where
Hmm.
Duryodhana wanted to get the Pandavas into trouble.
Yeah,
So
Durvasa Muni, yeah.
he sent the Rashamuni
Yeah.
after having a nice feast with at the home of Duryodhan. He satisfied Durvasa, and then Durvasa asked him to ask the Duryodhan to give him some boon. Um, So I mean, the Rasa was very happy with the Duryodhan, so he asked, "Okay, what do you want? I can do anything you want me to do it." So he said, "Okay, since you're so satisfied with my service, I would like because I love my cousin so much that I want you to go and get served by them as well because they would love to honor you and feed you and your whole party." So, but this was really a shariyantra, that's a scheme he was trying to get the Pandavas in trouble because he knew the Pandavas were in the forest and they couldn't really afford or be able to take care of so many sadhus. So and then he knew that Durvasa would get mad if he didn't get a sumptuous feast and he wasn't honored properly. So he would curse the Pandavas and this would cause Duryodhana to become victorious. So just like he did so many other deeds to try to get rid of the Pandavas once and for all. So the last when he goes to the place where Pandavas were staying in the forest, and uh, then he meets Yudhishthir, and Yudhishthir is very happy to see them. And Durvasa says that I'll come and feast with you guys. And Yudhishthir reassures him that yeah, that'll be fine. You should come and we'll have a big feast because he knew that they had this patra that Draupadi had that she could cook as much as she wanted for so many people, for as many people as she wanted to. But the only thing was that if she had finished eating by herself, that she couldn't produce any more food and that. So so he was so he knew that it won't be a problem, but when he went back and told Draupadi the news that Rishi, the Rishi, Rishi has come with his thousands of followers, then we should cook for them. But at that time, Draupadi gave him the information though that she had already eaten, that she could not produce anymore. So this was a big duvida, a big problem that they knew there would be a big downfall, and they couldn't keep their promise to Durvasha, and they were so going to get mad at them. So at this time, because they had taken shelter of Krishna, the Draupadi, prayed for Krishna, and Krishna somehow appeared over there, and he said that he wanted to, see. I mean, they asked for Krishna's help to see what they can do. Okay, what he can do to help them, and Krishna said, "Don't worry, we'll take care of this." And they didn't understand how, but Krishna said, "Let me see the pot if there's any food left." He said, "No, I've eaten everything. There's nothing left." Oh, there must be something left. So I think they had a little spinach or something that was a piece left. So Krishna tasted that with his fingers, and then after when he did that, he felt satisfied that he said, I'm very hungry. I need something to eat." And Toby said, "There's nothing." He said, "No, there's a little spinach there. I see that." So after he ate the spinach, then he felt satisfied, and because he ate, everyone else got satisfied, especially the Rasha and all his sadhus that came with him. So the rasa was so full, he felt so satisfied, so full after he took his bath that he said, "I don't want to. I'm so full. I don't want to go to the feast that Yudhishthira is going to serve because I want to be able to eat." So before Yudhishthira comes and takes us back to his place, let's run away from here because there's no way I can eat. So this big problem tal gaya, because
Yeah.
of Krishna.
He was with the 10,000 disciples too.
Right. So
And
that's
that
one
is,
place where there's you keep on giving.
he ran away. He also, that's also, Draupadi was also saved because Krishna provided unlimited sari when she was being disrobed in the assembly. And this is all the same day. That's not when you are back, so you have to. That's not when you are back.
While she's coming back, let me say something. Today is the day that
Why you have to wait till that? Okay, go ahead.
Today is the only day that you can have the darshan of lotus feet of Baki Bihari Ji in Vrindavan. And also today the darshan of Badrinath is also open.
Yeah, somehow I got muted when I was doing my explanation. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Meena, please go ahead.
I think she's finished.
She's finished? Okay.
I think so.
Darshana.
Yeah, same thing that today Krishna also helped Draupadi during the Chir Haran, when she called out to for his help. And today was also the day that Mother Annapurna, they say, was born. And there were so many things I remember now.
Parashuram.
Parshuram's birthday. Yes.
Mother Ganga came to earth.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to? I don't want to exhaust the list.
And Mahabharat, the war ended today.
I don't think so. The war ended after the 18 days. We started Ekadashi in December with that, and then 18 days. So that's not.
Well, that's not true then.
Does not add up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sudama and Krishna met today.
Yeah, that what Sarojit said. Yeah. Okay.
And today is चंदन लेप भगवान के लिए आज के दिन से ऑफर होता है, भगवान को ठंडा कूल रखने के लिए, क्योंकि गर्मी बहुत है इंडिया में.
यहाँ तो और ठंडा कर दिया भगवान ने, चंदन खांसी हो जाएगी.
लेकिन इंडिया में आज के दिन से भगवान को चंदन लेप शुरू हो जाता है.
वहाँ कल से शुरू हो गया है, कल
पट भी आज के दिन खुलता है.
Yeah. Okay. Or anyone else, please? Well, Tandika Prabhu, he get dropped out. Okay, nobody has anything else to say, then Tandika Prabhu dropped off. So who wants to lead us in nursing a prayer?
I can.
Go ahead.
Thank
you. Go ahead with Prabhu. Oh, okay, there's no man. Okay,
no, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Prabhu, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Daine Hiranyakashipu Vaksha Shiladangana Kanaye Idana Zinga Paradana Zinga Yato Yato Yamidato Zinga Vahe Narsingo, Hridaye Narsingo, Narsingam Adyam Sharanam Prapate, Tava Karakamala, Varenakha, Adavada Shinga, Talida, Hirana Kashipu, Dhanabringa, Keshavadrita, Naradimupa, Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Avakara Kamala Varenaka Adabutta Janga Talita Irana Kashipu Dano Ringa Kedavasita Narayanu Badajani Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narasingha 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 Jaya Narasingha Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Sing भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय भगवान की जय हो.
One important thing somebody didn't talk, but we can look into Dinabandhu Prabhu's talking about how Nanda Sarovar became Pavan Sarovar. History. Nanda Maharaj was going for pilgrimage. So that's a wonderful story. So with that, we end tonight's program and let's have Krishna Pranam.
Mancha kalpataruvasya, kripa sindhuvaiva, patitanan pavane